The problem most IT companies face is that they rely too heavily on referrals and networking to acquire their clients. This is because they lack a predictable and profitable way of acquiring clients. This leads to spiky revenue, this leads to competing on price to win deals, and this leads to long sales cycles. But what if all of this could be solved with just one system? A client acquisition system. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what a client acquisition system is, how you should view a client acquisition system, and what kind of impact a client acquisition system could have on your business. But in order to understand a client acquisition system, we need to take a quick step back. Now, when you break down a business into its core fundamentals, you have three key components. You have your marketing, you have your sales, and you have your product. Marketing is where we find a potential customer and gather their attention so that we can sell to them. Sales is where we sell to a potential customer and transfer the conviction that we have in the product or service to them so that they also believe purchasing the product or service is the best possible solution to their problem. And then we have product, which is where our product or service now has to deliver the desired transformation that we promised or conveyed on the sales call. This should solve the customer's problem that we outlined in both our marketing and our sales. Now, successful attempts at solving this problem for our customers should then be fed back into our marketing and sales, which acts like as a kind of feedback loop for efficient business growth. So we have our offer, we have our demand, then we sell to that demand, and then our customers then experience our product, and then successful attempts at solving this problem then are fed back then into our offer. So we have marketing, we have sales, and we have product. And we also have multiple subcomponents of each of those three. So within marketing, we have offer and we have demand. In order to generate demand, we need to package what it is our business does into an offer that solves a particular problem or delivers a desired transformation for our potential prospect. And then we have demand. In order to sell to customers, we need to generate demand so that we have prospects to sell to. We generate demand by delivering our offer to the right people at the right time. Now, within sales, we have discovery calls and we have sales calls. In order to ensure we're selling to the right people, we first ask discovery questions to see if they will be the right fit for our business to help them. We also use the discovery questions to gather intel to use in the sales call to convey that our offer is the best possible solution for their exact situation that they're currently in. And then within sales calls, in order to get customers for our business, we obviously need to sell. We should already have spoken to prospects on discovery calls and gathered enough intel about their current state, which is where they are now, and their desired state, which is where they want to get to. The sales call is then used to convey to the prospect that our product or service is the best solution to get them their desired transformation. We do this by referring to the information we learned in the discovery call and also the learnings that we've found internally from our product or service. And then our product, our biggest subcomponent, is our service delivery. This is where we deliver on the transformation that we told the customer we could help them with. This is the time to shine to show your customer why you're in business in the first place. This is where we can deliver so much value to our customer that we can turn them into a case study. So we have our product and then successful attempts at doing so, then turn into case studies, which then feed back into our offer, which help us get more customers just like them. So essentially, the better we do our product will then help our marketing, and we'll be able to get customers that look like just like our happy customers, and we can rinse and repeat. So the reason we view client acquisition system as a system is so that we can rinse and repeat to predictably acquire our clients going forward. Now, if we look at the definition of a system from Oxford, a system is a set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network, a complex whole. So we look at our fundamentals explained. We have our offer, we have our demand generation, we have our discovery calls, we have our sales calls, and we have our service delivery. And all of this works in unison as a system so that we can continue to sign more clients. So now that we understand client acquisition systems, what kind of impact could it have on your business? Well, if we look at example A here, we have 100 leads. We have a discovery call booking rate of 30%, which essentially means out of all of our leads, how many can we convert into discovery calls? We then have, so that would be 30. We then have a discovery call show up rate of 80%. So 80% of our discovery calls that we've booked actually show up, which we're left with 24. We then have a sales call booked rate of 80%, which is how many of our discovery calls can we progress into sales calls. 80%, we're left with 19. Out of those 19 sales calls that we book, how many of them show up? 80%, we're left with 15. And then on the sales calls, how many can we close into customers or clients? 20%, we're left with 3. So from 100 leads, we have acquired 3 clients. Now, if we look at example B, we have 300 leads, which is 3 times the amount of leads from our previous example. We have a discovery call booking rate of 30%. 30% of our leads converted into discovery calls, we're left with 90. 80% of the discovery calls actually show up, we're left with 72. It is sales call booked rate, 90%. 90% of our discovery calls turn into sales calls, 64, of which 80% of them actually show up, we're left with 51. And then a sales call close rate of 30%. 30% of our sales calls convert into customers, we're left with 15. 15 clients acquired. Now, the difference between A and B is that we triple the lead flow. So we do this by dialing in our targeting to increase the lead flow. And as a result of dialing in the targeting, our sales call booked rate increases as we're speaking to more qualified people on the discovery calls that progress to sales calls. And because we're speaking to more targeted prospects, our close rate will also increase. So by getting crystal clear on who we're targeting in our client acquisition system, not only do we generate more leads, we also get more efficient with the leads that we do generate. In this case, signing 5 times the amount of clients. So client acquisition systems really are greater than the sum of its parts. If you'd like to see what a client acquisition system would look like in your business and how we can predictably acquire clients so that you don't have to rely on referrals or networking or word of mouth again, feel free to send me a message or book in a call at pvgrowthpartner.com. Thanks for watching.